Snowy Cat. Hi, everybody. I can see Snowy Cat's in, so welcome. We'll just wait for a few more to come in before I actually start what I'm going to be doing tonight. So I reckon it'll probably take about half an hour to do the bit that I'm going to do. And then we'll do the next bit next week.
At 8:23, you were ready to work from home. We got time with the CEO. It's in 40 minutes at the office. Co-pilot, based on this rollout plan, what questions?
Sorry, I had the volume up. The advert
it's one of those nights.
It always is when there's live streams going on, isn't it?
It is. It's
Hello, everybody.
It's one of those nights.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Phil.
Hello, Soph.
Hello, everybody else. Terry, I hope you're watching. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do this evening is do the start of the thumb. So I've got up to there. I've got the cuff, as you've seen before, and I'm up to here. So now I'm going to do the increasing so that the thumb, because the pattern goes all the way round, I'm going to do the increasing so that the thumb can come out that way. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Manuela. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm just going to do the bit about the thumb this week, and then we're going to take it from there next week. But I'm going to do, there's some increasing, there's some stitch markers got to go in. So I'm just going to go through all that and see how we go. There's about, hi, Elseb. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to see how it pans out. There's about 10 rows that I need to do. Hi, you Snowy Cats. So this is where we're at so far. Hi, Carol. Carol's just come in as well. Carol Robertson. So shall we make a start, ladies? Because we're all ladies tonight.
Tell us what we're doing. Just to remind
Hi,
us.
Karen. That's Karen just come in at the bottom. Right, what we're doing is I'm going to be following the pattern in my book. See, I've got Mitty to help me. Mitty's actually holding my stitch markers for me tonight. Okay. So I'm going to be following the pattern as I've got in the book. So I'm going to be swapping my glasses over. I'll put them up there and put these onto. Right, so we're going to start off on the next row here. I'm going to be knitting 16 and then place a stitch marker. So let's start with that. And as always, the first and last stitches are always knitted through the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would you be better just sitting next to me?
What, with this stand in my hand?
No, with just the 1, 2, 4, 6, 8,
No.
9. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now I need a stitch marker. Can I have one of my stitch markers, please, Mitty? Thank you very much. You're doing a very good job there, holding the stitch marker in place.
Have a look at Mitty. Say hello, Mitty. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Mitty.
Hi, Phil. Hello, Soph.
Hi, Mitty.
Sorry, it's getting silly now.
Right, let's pop that. Whoops. It's a bit small, this one. That's better. Let's get that through there. Mind my glasses. Philip, mind my glasses.
Take them off.
I can't because I've got to swap them. I've got to swap my glasses over so I can see what's on there. Right, I've done knit 16 on the first row here. Place the marker so the next stitch is an increase. So knit through the front, knit through the back. Okay, then it's knit 1 and increase 1. And then I'm putting the other stitch marker in place so we can see where the thumb is going. Okay, we'll be able to look down at that as long as I've still got my glasses. And then I just knit to the end of the row. And that should be 17 stitches. Okay. Where are we? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Snowy Cat says,
13,
don't forget the thumbies,
14,
everybody.
15. Thank you, Snowy Cat. 17. Okay. Right. So every alternate row.
Sorry.
I'm going to smack you in a minute.
Okay.
Every alternate row will be a purl row. So we'll just go ahead and do that purl row. And again, I always knit the first stitch anyway and knit it through the back of the loop. So we literally just knit straight across here, or purl straight across here, I should say. Such a simple pattern, this. Although I did get a bit confused when I did the thumb the first time.
Mimi says, do you prefer knitting through the back on the first stitch rather than slip the first stitch purlwise?
Yes, I do. I've tried both. If I slip the first stitch, it always feels too loose to me. So I prefer to knit through the back of the loop on the first and last stitch of every row, irrespective of what the pattern is. Even if it's a purl, as I'm doing now, you will notice I knit the first stitch and I will knit the last stitch. It also gives me a nice edge to the knitting. And talking of knitting, the boy's baby jacket is now completely knitted. Okay, both sleeves are done. I'm going to have a yarn bath in a minute. Hang on. I told you. Here's the yarn bath. Come on out. There you go. Right, so row 3. So I'm knitting 16 again. 1. So basically I'm knitting to the stitch marker again. And we'll just double count those, double check those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then on this row, I now increase 1. So knit into the front and the back of the stitch. Knit 3. And then increase 1. And then knit to the end of the row. Is everybody following this? Does it all make sense as I'm telling you? Let me know if it doesn't. and knit into the back to finish. And then the next row again is purl all the way across, apart from my first and last stitch. If you prefer slipping the first stitch, that's fine. It's whatever you feel comfortable doing. You don't have to do it the same way that I do if you don't want to. If you just want to do an ordinary knit stitch, you can. If those hit my face, I'm not going to be happy. Phil,
What?
if that camera hits my face,
It won't hit your face. You'll be fine. Just concentrate.
I am concentrating.
You know what I'm like for camera angles.
Yes, I do. I know what you like for getting the camera in the way as well. There we go. Right, we're purling all the way across here. So I'm only going to do this first bit of shaping tonight, so that if you're trying to follow on. Oh, I have an apology to make because I haven't been able to get the pattern typed up and put up on the YouTube and Facebook at the moment. I've got to pinch Phil's laptop to do that, and he was using it, so I couldn't. So row 5, we're doing exactly the same. Knit 16, increase into the first stitch, then we'll be knitting 5 across, and then increasing into the last stitch, and then knitting the last 17. Okay, so we're on to the knit 16. Now if you want to, you can always move the stitch markers up with you so that you can see where you are. That's fine. It's however you feel comfortable doing it. Okay, these stitch markers I got at the
Christmas Wall Fest, was it?
was it the Christmas one? I
Yeah.
think it was, yeah. I got two lots of these. They're lovely. They're really pretty. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, and there's 16. And then we'll increase into that stitch, knit 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase into that stitch. And if you look, you can see it starting to come up now. You can just about see where it's coming in, where the increased stitches are.
Turn.
Can you see? Does it show up better on the back? I don't think it does. But you'll see as we go further up. So let's just knit to the end. And as I said, I'm using Aran yarn for this because it's a man-size mitten that I'm doing. But you could use double knit and make it a child's mitten. You know, whatever ones you want to do. Right, and then we're going to be on the purl row. Just purl all the way across. I'll let you all into a little secret while I'm doing this. I started another project today.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I finished the one baby blanket and I'm about nearly 2/3 of the way up the other baby blanket. And the little boy's jacket is finished. And I had got some yarn left from the big baby blanket I did. So I thought, I wonder of is enough to make a cape. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making a cape. I'll show you when we've done the 10 rows with this. I'll show you. Okay. I only started it last night because Phil was out and I knew he was going to be out late. In fact, he didn't get home till about midnight, the little stop out. But do you know where he was? He was at Ragley Hall at the Airfest.
Midlands Air
The
Festival.
Midlands Air Festival.
Which is on all weekend.
Yeah. And we've been watching it all day today. Right, row 7. We knit 16. You know what's coming now, don't you? You can all work this out. Okay, and then it's increase 1, knit 7, increase 1 again, and you can see if I stretch that out a bit, you can see that the middle stitches are now starting to go out, and we've got the extra bit in the middle. Excuse me. Okay, you'll notice it even more next time because I'll be starting to knit around the thumb area, so it will be more obvious. At the moment we're just going to do this bit for tonight. I can't see who else is in there. I can't find the thumb. What do you mean you can't find the thumb? Oh, Seb. Okay. Are all your increases knitting through, excuse me, through the front? Put the legs down a bit, through the front and back of a stitch. Yes, on this they are. It doesn't always work that way, but on this one they are, because that's just the way I've done it. Okay. Please write up the pattern. Mimi, I'm going to write up the pattern, but I want to type it because since I broke my wrist, my writing is absolutely dreadful, and you probably wouldn't be able to read it, to be honest. What I'm going to do is borrow Phil's laptop and I'm going to write it up, and then I'm going to pop it up on both on my Facebook page, my Knits For You page, and I'm going to put it in the posts on the YouTube channel. Okay. I've also said that I will write the pattern out for the square baby blanket I did out of my head. So I've got to write that down, and I will do the same with that. I will write it up and I will post it. So if anybody wants to copy it, you're more than welcome. You can download it, you can make it. Like I say, I can't remember where I got I googled simple fingerless mittens for this one, so that's what I came up with, and the other one was made out of my head. So I'm not pinching anybody else's pattern apart from whoever wrote this one up first, but there we go, and there's the end of that one. Okay, right, so and we're back to knit 16, Have you found the thumb now, Elsie? I think it might be some more messages further down, but we'll do a question and answer thing at the end where you can put your questions in and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay? How's that? That one. And we're on the last 17 to knit across. And you can see this starts to bow out. Actually, if I put it like that, you can see where the start of the thumb is there. Can you see that clearer? Where it's all, that bit's the start of the thumb there, where I'm waggling my finger underneath. And you can see the rows going off at the sides as well. A bit clearer. Okay? The fun starts when we have to sort of knit across the back, leaving the space for the thumb. But that's next week. I'm not doing too much in one go. Right, and the 10th row, which is the last one for tonight, is knit across all the way. Once we get past doing the thumb, I'll be able to have a natter to you while I'm knitting, because it's literally just knit and purl, so it's quite easy. And the small baby, the square baby blanket I've done is very, very easy. It's there's 6 rows of chain. Hang on, I chained 5 and then chained 1, turned and double crocheted across the 5 and then chained 1, turned, double crocheted across the 5. Did that for 6 rows and then simply knitted round the square or crocheted round the square with the first row. I did 2 double crochet into each corner. After that I did 3 double crochet in each corner and I carried that on all the way to the end. 3, and it gives a lovely curl to the stitches, which is quite pretty. But if you turn the blanket over, and you can do on that because it's quite a nice simple one, it goes flat, so you can have it with the curly bit or not. Right, so there we've got, you can see the shape of the thumb coming in there, okay, and the side stitches going up, and there's our marker for the side stitches. Okay, so that's where we're at now. Okie dokie. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, that's right, 10 in the middle. Okay, there we go. 9 in the middle. 11. Okay, so that's the first bit. So that's where we're at the moment. Okay, now I'm going to put this down so that we can chat about anything that you don't understand. So put that in there. Take those off and put these on. Right. Can you?
Yep, hang on a minute. Let me just adjust everything.
Okay.
That better?
Oh, that's the thumbs you were looking for. Oh, sorry, Elsa. I thought you meant the thumbs on the mitten pattern. But you're not. You're looking for thumbies. The thumbs up. Just the thumbs up. Well done, Snowy Cat, sorting that out. Okay. It is going to be fingerless, Mimi. If you want me to, I can do some full mittens next time. That's not a problem. We can do that. But these ones are going down to Wales, so these are fingerless because that's what was requested. Okay. So is everybody happy with that? And Terry's not in again. I'm going to shout at him. It was his idea, wasn't it?
Was it?
Fancy, yeah, it was Terry that said, can you do the
Mittathon.
a mittathon? Well, no, he didn't call it a mittathon, but he said, could you do a live stream with it? So his idea. So
Don't forget to tag us in with your mittens. Hashtag
yes.
what is it?
Mittalong.
Mittalong. Hashtag Mittalong.
Yeah, MITTALONG.
It's in the
Mittalong.
it's in the description on this video.
Mitty's going to be watching us all the way through. I mean, that's a full mitten. So if we get to the top, I mean, they've got the mittens, the thumbs going off the side. If we get to the top,
turn it round a bit, please. Thank you.
All you've got to do is just decrease at each side. I mean, this is pointed because they've made it into a hat. But decrease one stitch at each end until it rounds off. And you've got the shape for the mittens. Like that. I can't do that with that hand. Like that. So the shape would come up and over there. Rather than pointed. Because Mitty's got a hat on, haven't you? So there we go.
Looks like Mr. Blobby, that, doesn't it?
It looks like a character off one of the children's programs that used to be on years and years ago. Oh, excuse me.
What, Finger Bobs?
Oh, it might have been Finger Bobs.
Finger Bobs.
Yeah,
Finger Bobs.
but that was just one finger, wasn't it? So, right, can we move the to see if there's any more messages underneath?
No, that's what you're getting.
Is that it? Is that all?
Where's my mouse gone?
I don't know. You had
Do you
it.
want to hold that there?
I'll hold that there.
Hold it, hold it. That's it. You're in control. I'm going upstairs now. Bye-bye.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, that's everybody.
Where have all the messages gone now?
Oh no, it's disappeared. There
they are. Okay. Do you use the same stitch count as a sock for the same person? I have no idea because I haven't done socks yet. What do you mean? Would it be the same width, same number of cast-ons for a wrist as for an ankle? Is that what you're saying? I think when you write the mitts up in both fingerless and mittens, okay, I'll do that, no problem. There was an excellent photography doing a front and back stitch, Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. There you go, Phil.
Thank you. I have my uses. Just turn that way a bit. Thank you.
I don't know. Do you? Is that how it works, Mimi? That you would use the same stitch count on a sock for the same, so your ankle is the same size as your wrist. Is that, have I got that right or have I not? I really don't know. I'm not sure. Any answers, anybody? And does anybody else know? Because I haven't done socks, so I can't tell you. And when I did start a sock, which is still upstairs, I only got the toe bit done. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Mimi. So there you go. I've learned something tonight. So you use the same stitch count as a sock as you do on the. Oh, well, there you go. In the ribbing, say 64. With whatever, yeah. And you would do 64. What did I think? It was 30 something. What did I cast on? So I cast on 36 stitches in Aran. I don't think I would be doing. Actually, it might not be the same for the simple reason that I don't think I'd be doing the socks in Aran. They might be a bit thick, a bit too thick. Don't know. What does anybody think? Has anybody knitted socks in Aran? I know usually you use the very light yarn, don't you? The fingering weight. So I don't know. What stitch? Karen, what is the stitch count difference? Any questions? Oops, hang on. Okay. No, the cast-ons are different. I'm doing socks right now. Oh, Karen, thank you. So what's the difference? Is it a different number of stitches cast on for ankles than for wrists? Snowy Cat, I think we better change that from any questions anybody can answer, because I don't always know the answer. What's the stitch count difference? Count is the same. My nieces are 12 and 15. And I can't see the next bit.
Hold that there.
I'm holding it. Yeah, I've got it.
Dear. Don't get me in the camera, my hair's a mess. You're going the wrong way.
Hello.
That's pointing over to the door.
Hello.
Just keep it still. Look at that.
That's all my stuff that I've been sorting.
Why can't I lift that up? Why can't I do that?
I don't know.
This has got a mind of its own. It's
You've lost it again.
Oh, right, okay.
My mitten patterns cast on fewer than socks. That makes more sense because your mittens are usually in. Oh, I've made socks and mittens for them. Numbers were not the same. It makes sense because mittens are usually done in at least a double knit, and socks are done in a fingering weight or 4-ply or whatever you want to call it. So there would be a different number of stitches on socks. There would have to be, otherwise they'd end up about this big. And I don't think those would fit. But when I get to do a pair of socks later on in the year, I will find out, because I'm going to do a sock along. So you'll be able to laugh at me knitting the wrong stitches. So there we go. My socks cast on 64 top down in fingering. My mitten cast on is 52 in fingering. Oh, right. Okay. So it's a different size anyway. I don't want Aran socks. Just want to know how to know the number of stitches for Aran mittens. Well, for the Aran mittens I'm doing, which is for a man's size. It's a man's size mitten, not a lady's. I've started with 36 stitches to do the rib, given that it will stretch, and I tend to do, I guess I tend to do slightly less so that it is snug round the wrist rather than a bit loose. Oh, where are we? Okay. Stop laughing, Snowy Cat. You're going to be the one trying to pull me out of this mess in a minute. If I get stuck, I'll be going, what did we say? Okay. So now we've worked out that the stitches are, it's a different number of stitches for ankles and wrists. Everybody happy with that? So I'm doing Aaron and a man's, if I show you, it doesn't look very much, but look, by the time that stretches round, I mean, there's plenty of space there for a man's wrist. Can I borrow your wrist, Phil, please?
Yeah, I suppose so. It'll cost you 50p.
There you go. See, that's plenty. And it's not tight, but it's just snug. So that's on that's a man's wrist. You take that round there and you can perhaps see a bit better.
Well, what's going on with my vein there?
What vein?
Big letter S there. I've got a worm in my hand.
No, it's because you've got your hand at a you've got your hand at an odd angle.
Ah, I've got a worm.
There you go.
Ah,
okay. Are we all happy with that? It looks awful like that.
Yeah, it does when you look on the screen. Put everyone off the dinner.
Right. Is everybody happy about that?
No.
I've lost all the what's it again?
What's it?
The messages.
Stop panicking.
I'm not panicking. It's just right. My mum always measured what size sock you need is to measure the sock around your fist, measuring the toe to the middle of the heel, and it would always fit the person. You've just lost me completely, Mimi. Measured what size sock you need. So you measure the sock around your fist. How do you measure the sock around your fist? Measuring the toe. So if you... I don't get it. I'm sorry. Can anybody else explain this to me? Snowy Cats! I don't know whether you understand this, but I don't get it, Mimi. I'm sorry. It's probably very, very simple. You measure the sock around your fist. You measure the rib bit of the sock. So you put your hand in the... But in ribbing, I bet a 64 would fit okay. Because because ribbing pulls in. In fingering, yes, it probably would. It probably would, because in fingering, the stitches are going to be smaller anyway, because you use smaller needles. Flatten the foot part. Oh, you put... Oh, no, I've still lost it again. Measuring the toe to the middle of the heel. I think I'd need to see this in a video, Mimi. I really don't understand it. If anybody else does, please help me out on this. But if you're doing fingering, weight, I'm sure 64 would be fine, because it's so much smaller than the Aran. So I really don't know. I've never heard that would match, but I've never done socks. I think if I had done socks, I might have had a clearer idea of what you were trying to tell me. And it's not your fault. It's my lack of understanding on that, because I've never done socks. So if anybody else can understand it and explain it to me, please do. I would appreciate it. Okay. But as for today, I think this was an aside fact. No worry. Oh, Mimi, I'm so sorry. Maybe she meant measuring tape around the widest part of the hand would be similar to measuring the tape around wife's part of the foot, wide part of the just below the fingers and just below the toes. Oh, so if you measure around here, that's going to be the same size as around here.
Sorry, do that again.
If you're measuring around here, that would be the same size as around this part of the foot. Have I got this right now? So then that probably, you take a measurement around your fist, that would be equal to the distance between the toe and the heel. Oh, Snowy Cat, that makes sense. If you take a measurement around your fist, that would be equal to the distance between the toe and the heel. No, as the length. Oh. Which length? The length of a sock. Yeah, we know it's a sock. Do you mean from the heel up? The measurement from the heel up? Or is that the whole length of the sock? From the toe all the way up to the rib?
How long is a sock?
How long's a piece of string?
Be as long as you want it.
I don't know. So
I know nothing.
see, we started off doing mittens, now we're doing socks.
Yeah.
Isn't it good?
Isn't it?
And I'm learning stuff, which is also good.
I'm learning stuff as well. The difference between socks and mittens.
Well, you could put mittens over your feet.
Yeah, solve all the problems, wouldn't it?
No, because it won't go round the heel and up the leg.
Oh. Who started this anyway?
Could you do toeless socks?
Yeah. Hasn't been known.
Oh, go back down a minute. That's the length of a sock. From the toe to the heel. Well, that's what Snowy Cat said. From the toe to the, it would be the distance between the toe and the heel. The distance is the same as the length. Distance is another way of saying length. The distance from here.
Hang on.
The distance from here to here is the same as the length from there to there. Okay. Does that clarify things for people now?
No.
Actually, it does. It means the same thing. Can we look at the messages, please?
No change.
No. Okay. Are we happy that we've sort of sorted that out? Mimi? Or shall we wait until I do a sock along and then you can put me right? Because I'm going to do that later in the year. You could just knit a tube and cut in an afterthought heel. What? Now that's even more confusing. Karen. You can knit a tube and just cut where the heel is. Well, how do you make the heel then? Come on, Karen, you started this now. You can't, you've got to finish it. If you knit a tube and cut where the heel goes, how do you knit the heel? You just add some stitches in and knit it, or? Given that I have never knitted socks, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. I think Karen's run away now.
Stirred up a whole hornet's nest.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm back. You were facing that way.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. See? Told you. You were facing you.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh.
It had swung round slightly. I think we'll have to leave that question for another day. But then we're on a live stream on Tuesday. So let's all come back on Tuesday and see if we can find out what the right thing is. How's that? I type slowly. I don't blame you. It's called an afterthought. You keep live stitches or pick them up. Now you're going to have to explain what live stitches are. I was talking about a mom trying to decide on the size to buy a child. Measure around their hand. Yeah, I sort of see what you mean. I think yeah, so measuring around the hand would be the same as going from the toe to the heel. So. Snowy Cat, I've always been confused. Nothing's changed there. I'm very easily confused. Can I go back and have a look at those last messages, please? Thank you. Hi, Ginger. If I have access to the person I'm knitting for, I just trace the foot on paper. Oh, I see. Well, see, I haven't actually sat and read a sock pattern, so that's why. You just trace the foot. Oh, that's a clever idea. That's a very clever idea. Just trace the foot, and then you've got you can just measure the, yeah. It's easier to follow a pattern. Let someone else do the figuring. Oh, I got it. Thank you, Mimi. I got it. And with that, we're going to bring this session to a halt. These are only going to be short sessions for the I was going to say for the socks, for the mittens. They're only going to be short sessions because I could sit and do the whole mitten, but whether you would be able to remember all that week to week, I don't know. So I'm doing a short session, do a little section each time, and we'll take it from there. Okay. So I'm going to call a halt now. Thank you all so much for coming in. And thank you for teaching me so much about socks and measuring for socks and all the rest of it. Because I've learned things that I didn't know before. And that's always a bonus as far as I'm concerned. You're never too old to learn. So there we go. I will see you all on Tuesday at 7:30. Same time, same place. No mittens. I'll see you all on Tuesday. You take care now, everybody. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. That's all. Don't forget, you can catch up again with it in a few minutes when it's back on.
Yeah, Phil will put it up on screen. Bye.